Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am... Oh my god.
It's Susan B. Anthony, man. Everybody, puts her up on a pedestal. She ruined it for all of us. Somebody said, we drown so CEO boss babes can swim. Somebody else said, bro, I was literally talking about this today. They are going on the list with Eve. Right. At the moment, I'd rather be a stay-at-home mom and do chores. Yeah, well, shocker. That's what we're kind of designed to do, honey.
Real traditional women, if you Google it, the family before me. Traditional women believe that family and legacy is more important than their own personal happiness. If you don't believe this, then you are not a traditional woman. You have a modern mindset because you believe that your happiness is above the family's. So if you're not happy in a marriage and you leave, that's a modern mindset. Traditional women, they're like ride or die, as thick and thin.
Feminism killed everything. At first, it was a war on how traditional gender roles are oppressive and women didn't need a man. Then they ruined marriages and young men watched their fathers get destroyed by the courts. Now these men grow up and see the world sees them as oppressors and perpetual abusers. If a man tries to be masculine in the traditional sense, rather than the model bodybuilder way, then he is called toxic for wanting a traditional woman or going overseas. Women have created a landscape where the benefits of marriage and kids is completely not worth it due to the risks, and the loss is too great. The death of gender roles has left both men and women completely confused about basic expectations. They get into a marriage and assume the gender roles, but never actually talked about it, and are shocked when they get married and the new wife won't cook, or the new hubby is a crappy protector leader. My point is, the traditional framework guidance all men and women used for generations was burned down by feminists and never really replaced. Now you have so many lost souls that have no clue why we need each other and what basic practical things each should have mastered before even coming to the table. It's funny how when a man is the breadwinner, it's their money. But when a woman is the breadwinner, it's her money, and he still has to pay all the bills. The truth is that women have rights because as men, we are kind enough to allow them to. And women's rights only exist in first world egalitarian societies. Sadly, some of these simping men need to be reminded of this too, but I am half afraid some of them would misuse their power. Anyway, women won their equality after all the hard parts were done, and they retain them at our allowance. We built the infrastructure, we maintained it, and if we didn't allow women to have rights, they wouldn't have them. Women depend on men to enforce the principles that allow them their rights. No matter what they do or how much money they make, that will never change. They live in an easily toppled fairy tale, but they've abused our good nature that allows their privilege until it's beginning to backfire. They should hope it doesn't blow up in their faces. Men of any age have realized that they will be happier and more successful without being committed to a woman. It's hard to argue with the lifestyle that people like the Tate brothers or Waller, or successful men like them, have. They are so internally focused on being the best they can be that they have the opportunity to have and do whatever they want. Women flock to them, and they can send them home, or have some fun, but they will not commit to any of them. Their success and their circle of friends mean more to them than any woman possibly could. These are the guys that men aspire to become, and it won't happen being tied to a woman. The days of a guy working his ass off for a family that doesn't appreciate him are long gone. We will skip the women, skip having children, and live our lives in the manner we want. Feminism was originally about equality of opportunity between the genders. Now it's about a hive mindset. Modern women think like one. Whatever the trend is, and whatever modern women around the world are doing, it automatically becomes something that all of them have to do. Otherwise, they won't be seen as the strong, independent boss babes they think they are. The idea of feminism was that women were encouraged to choose whatever role they wanted. If they wanted to enter the workspace, great. If they wanted to be traditional wives, great. If they wanted to balance both, that's great too. Why don't people just get on with their own lives and be the best they can be? So, it's not justifiable for modern women to be hating on trad wives and believe that they're not doing modern women any favors by being traditional. I guess this is where feminism went wrong when it comes to traditional women, because even though it started as a movement that empowered women to do whatever they wanted, which included being traditional, it is now encouraging women not to be trad wives and instead choose the corporate life. This is part of the flaw I originally saw in feminism. The whole taking away women's decisions to be a traditional type of girl thing is ridiculous. Not all women want to have careers or compete with guys. Taking care of the kids and the house was always an equal trade according to men. Nearly every traditional wife I have ever seen has been happy, up until the point that she was influenced by feminism. That is the point where traditional wives become unhappy because they think having a career is better. However, what goes unsaid is that these career-working feminists are usually very unhappy and divorced, and men don't take them seriously. Only simps takes these women seriously, and the feminists don't like dating simps either. What I don't understand from career-oriented women in the Western world is why bring those titles and bossiness at home. At home, you have a partner and children that you have to raise and nurture. Taking care of the family would make the family much more solid in the long run. Even if you look at statistics, that's what happens. Women having a career is great, but don't bring home that boss in you at home. You are a mom and a partner to your husband. You should be working together, not bossing each other. Each one has roles. I think that's why most men are trying to marry in Asia now, because not only are they traditional, even when they have extremely successful careers at home, but they leave all those titles at the door and be wives and moms to their families as a top priority. Guys, as I've said before, we need to remodel society because the dynamics in place at this point aren't working. We need to go with our natures and be happy with who we are. The men being the breadwinners who respect and love their wives for keeping the children happy, and the wives for being a partner for life, and someone that the man can depend on for intimacy, traveling, adventure, food, and raising a family. Today, modern women get applauded for being members of the OnlyFans platform, stripping themselves in front of thousands of strangers online, and being attacked for wanting to be stay-at-home wives. Modern women today love seeing themselves as these strong and independent women, but can't stand trad wives and resort to calling them out as if they were being forced to be traditional. It's not like these strong, independent boss babes are happy with their lives. They're miserable. Sure, they make money and have a career, but they lack the one thing that truly creates purpose in life, having a family. The thing about modern women is that these women need you to like them for them, but they will like a guy for what he has. They could never deal with their type of love if they were to swap their reality for men's reality. They would not like it, and would demand to have back their shallow existence. So, it's quite a shocker when you see feminists getting triggered about women being traditional wives. If you look around society, you will see many extremes. On one side, you will find your regular Karens, feminists, who are strong, independent boss babes who don't need any man. On the other side, you will find women who wholeheartedly believe in being traditional, which means they believe in family values, taking care of the house and the kids, and living a contented life without having to worry about receiving money from strangers online. It all comes down to this. If promoting traditional values is badly cheating those women who would find fulfillment in other ways, then logically it must be true that promoting leftist values is badly cheating those women who would find fulfillment in traditional ways. Yet for all these critics of a traditional lifestyle, I didn't see a single one who acknowledged that their agenda could just as easily be harmful. It's like they're completely biased or something. But the new generation of women is slowly realizing that modern feminism isn't the way forward. They have seen their sisters, aunts, and mothers ruin their lives by trying to be the strong, independent career types and never find happiness. The new generation of women desires happiness above all else, and they're slowly and surely realizing that being traditional is the best way forward. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.